Mara stared at her laptop screen at midnight, shopping cart loaded with a ceramic planter she actually needed. Price, $38. She clicked checkout. The shipping notification appeared, $8. Her cursor hovered over the confirm button. $8 felt wasteful, like incinerating cash. Then she saw the message in bright emerald text, free shipping on orders over $60. Her logical brain shut off. The reward centers fired up. She thought, I'm not paying $8 for shipping. That's for people who don't think ahead. I'm smarter than that. I'll just add something else. She navigated back to the product pages. She scrolled through throw blankets. She found one for $24, added to cart. Total, $62. Shipping, $0. She clicked purchase with a rush of satisfaction. She'd beaten the system, saved $8. This was April. Mara had just received her annual performance bonus, $3,000. She'd felt responsible and prudent. She was going to be careful with this money. Strategic. She'd read articles about financial wellness. She wasn't going to waste it. 6 months later, she sat at her kitchen table doing math she'd never done before. Something wasn't adding up. My name is Sterling, and I spend way too much time dissecting the psychological warfare that marketing departments wage against our bank accounts so you don't have to. If you've ever bought items you didn't need for a BOGO deal, or if you're currently paying off a 0% interest loan that somehow feels expensive, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this resonates, because today we're dissecting the mathematics of free. We're examining the hidden costs of free shipping, the predatory mechanics of 0% financing, and the data harvesting scam of free apps. I'm going to show you why free is the most expensive price you can pay. Here's what you need to understand about the word free. In economic terms, it's a singularity. It divides by zero other practitioners for what's as. Asking Fillmore understandities running out almost knowingly happening where you can afford to appropriate, fast visible to justify. We have to go out the deep dive for what starts mizzle plus. We're almost like that and project true morsh.
Sig literals come middle term. People some predatory as the for the small plot and the midas. Thomas of the handles the way.
We examining perfectly germane retraction, but they are not the meaning. The Rollin tops that create the commodist in Slooks came. The corporation understands this. They know free is an emotional trigger that bypasses logic circuits. They deploy it as a Trojan horse. They roll the free gift into your life, and once it's inside, the soldiers emerge and empty your wallet. Let's examine the free shipping threshold because it's the most common scam online. That $38 planter Mara needed? The threshold wasn't arbitrary. It was calculated with surgical precision. The company knew their average order value was probably $42. They knew that setting the free shipping threshold at $60 would force customers to stretch. They were manipulating behavior to increase their average order value. And here's the mechanism. They embed shipping costs into product pricing. That $38 planter probably cost them $5 to manufacture. They priced it at $38 to cover marketing, overhead, and average shipping costs. When Mara added the blanket to qualify for free shipping, she wasn't hurting them. She was delivering pure margin on the blanket. She wasn't optimizing her spending. She was optimizing their logistics network. She was an unpaid employee of their fulfillment operation, clearing inventory from their shelves. Let's do the forensic accounting on that transaction. Mara spent $24 on a blanket she didn't want, didn't need, and has never used, just to avoid an $8 shipping charge. She literally paid a $16 stupidity tax to dodge an $8 fee. She walked away with less money than if she'd just paid for shipping. This is the zero price effect. It's a glitch in human cognitive architecture that causes rational thinking to short-circuit the instant the word free enters the equation. Alvin Landon Moore spooled a solid it's a muscle zan, and corporations are weaponizing this glitch to extract billions from us annually. Now let's dissect the buy one get one free mechanism. It's a grocery store and clothing retailer staple. It sounds incredible. I get 100% of the second item at zero cost. But examine the mathematics. If you buy one jacket for $60 and get one free, you're effectively paying $30 per jacket. That's a 50% discount. Sounds reasonable. But did you need two jackets? If you only needed one, you didn't save 50%. You spent $60 to solve a problem that could have been solved for $30 if you'd waited for a 50% off sale. BOGO is rarely about delivering value. It's about inventory liquidation. The retailer has excess stock consuming warehouse space, costing them money to hold. They need to move it. If they discount to 50% off, you might buy one unit. But if they frame it as BOGO, they force you to extract 2 units from their inventory. You're paying to function as their disposal system. You're filling your closet with depreciating assets you didn't actually want simply because the second one was free. The storage cost has transferred from their warehouse to your home. You're paying rent on the square footage your clutter occupies. Mara learned this lesson at a department store sale in June. Buy one dress, get one free. She needed one dress for a wedding. She left with 2. The second one still has tags on it. She spent $75 to solve a problem that could have been solved for $40 on clearance. This gets considerably darker when we examine 0% financing or same-as-cash offers. You encounter this at furniture stores, mattress retailers, appliance centers. No interest for 24 months. It sounds like free money. Why pay now when you can pay later at zero cost? Inflation means future dollars are worth less, right? So this appears mathematically optimal. Here's the trap. It's buried in contract fine print in a clause called deferred interest. This is one of the most predatory financial mechanisms in existence. The structure works like this. You purchase a $3,000 sectional sofa. You make minimum payments for 24 months. If you pay off the entire $3,000 by the end of month 24, you pay 0 interest. Excellent. But if you carry a balance of even $1 on day 1 of month 25, or if you miss a single payment during the term, the deal voids. And here's the horror movie twist. You don't just owe interest on the remaining dollar, you owe interest on the original $3,000, calculated from day 1 at a penalty rate around 29.99%. Think about this mathematics. You slip up. You miss the deadline by 5 days because you were traveling. Suddenly, you're hit with a bill for $1,800 in retroactive interest. That $3,000 sofa now costs $4,800. You just paid a 60% premium because you made a mistake. The financing company isn't betting on your success, they're betting on your failure. Their entire business model depends on breakage, the percentage of people who fail to satisfy the loan on time. When you sign that document, you're betting against the house. And the house knows humans are disorganized, forgetful, and vulnerable to emergencies. You're picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. And even if you do pay it off on time, you likely overpaid. This is the cash discount factor. When a store offers 0% financing, they pay a fee to the lender to subsidize that loan. That fee, sometimes 5 to 10%, is embedded in the sticker price. The sofa is listed at $3,000 with 0% financing. The actual cash value is probably $2,700. If you walked in with cash and said, "I don't want financing, give me the cash price," you could likely negotiate a discount. By accepting the free financing, you're paying a hidden surcharge for the illusion of free money. Remember Mara's bonus? In July, she needed a new mattress. Her old one was genuinely worn out. She went to a mattress store. They offered her a deal. $1,800 mattress, 0% interest for 24 months. She thought she was being strategic. She took the deal. $75 monthly payments, manageable. She set a reminder on her phone to pay it off before month 24. Life happened. She changed phones in month 18. The reminder didn't transfer. By month 24, she'd paid $1,540 over 20 months. She still owed $260. Month 25 arrived. The penalty hit her statement $1,080 in deferred interest on the original $1,800. Her $1,800 mattress cost her $2,880. Now examine the digital ecosystem. The internet runs on free apps, free email, free social media. We think we're getting an incredible deal. We get global communication tools for $0. But there's a famous saying in Silicon Valley, if the product is free, you are the product. You're not the customer of Facebook or Google, you're the livestock. The customer is the advertiser. The free service is just the feed they provide to keep you in the pen while they harvest your data. This creates a hidden cost called the privacy tax. Your data has monetary value. It influences your insurance premiums, your credit offers, your employability. By surrendering it for free in exchange for a dopamine-generating app, you're selling your privacy for pennies on the dollar. There's also the freemium trap in gaming and software. You download a mobile game at zero cost. It's entertaining. But then to progress, you need coins or energy. The game is engineered with pain points, artificial barriers that decelerate you. The only path to remove the pain is payment. This is the sunk cost hook. Once you've invested 12 hours into the free game, you feel committed. You think, well, spending $7 isn't significant. But then it's another 7 and another. The developers hire psychologists to architect these loops. They know precisely when to deliver a win and when to frustrate you. The free entry was just bait to hook you on the dopamine cycle. I know individuals who've spent thousands on free games. It would have been mathematically cheaper to purchase a $70 console game up front. Free allows for uncapped spending. A fixed price protects your wallet. A free price opens it to infinity. Let's discuss free trials. This is the vampire of the subscription economy. Try it free for 30 days. They require your credit card number. Why? They understand inertia. Newton's first law applies to personal finance. An object at rest stays at rest. Once you sign up, you're statistically unlikely to cancel. You'll forget. The trial will convert to a paid subscription. You'll notice the charge on your statement and think, oh, I need to cancel that. But you're busy, so you don't. 3 months pass. You just paid $54 for a free trial. The company is banking on your executive dysfunction. They're monetizing your forgetfulness. There's another subtle free scam: reward point systems. Spend money, earn free points. This gamifies spending. You might find yourself purchasing things you don't need just to reach the next tier or claim the free flight. But if you spend $12,000 on unnecessary items to get a $600 flight, you didn't get a free flight. You bought a $12,600 flight. The points are a rebate on your own overspending. Credit card companies know that people who chase points spend significantly more than people who use cash. The points are a rebate on your own overspending. The free travel is funded by merchant fees on your inflated spending. So why do we keep falling for this? It's because free eliminates perceived risk. When we pay money, we accept the risk that the product might disappoint. When it's free, we feel like we have nothing to lose, but we're terrible at calculating the risk of our own behavior. We overestimate our discipline. I'll definitely pay off that loan in 24 months. And we underestimate the manipulative capability of the seller. We think we're rational actors in a free market. We're actually emotional actors in a rigged casino. So how do we protect ourselves? How do we stop paying the free tax? First step: Adopt a policy of total price calculation. When you see a BOGO deal, calculate the unit price if you bought items individually elsewhere. You'll discover that purchasing one item at a discount retailer is cheaper than the BOGO at the premium store. Don't look at the savings, look at the total cash leaving your account. India people. When it comes to free shipping, you must be willing to abandon the cart. If you're at $38 and the threshold is $60, ask yourself, is there anything I legitimately need right now for $22? If the answer is no, pay the shipping. Or better yet, wait. Apply the 24-hour rule. Leave items in cart, close the browser, return a day later. The urge to buy will have passed and you'll save the entire $38. Or the retailer might send you a discount code to complete your purchase. Patience is the antidote to the free trigger. For 0% financing, my recommendation is simple. Don't do it. If you cannot afford to pay cash for the furniture, you cannot afford the furniture. The risk of the deferred interest trap is too high. If you must use it because of a genuine emergency, like a broken refrigerator, set up automatic payment that clears the entire balance 1 month before the deadline. Don't trust yourself to remember. Automate your own safety. And negotiate the cash price first. See if you can secure a discount for paying upfront. If they won't offer a cash discount, that proves the financing cost is baked in. Finally, value your data. Be selective with your free signups. Use a secondary email address. Use privacy tools. Don't surrender your digital identity for a 10% off coupon. The free ecosystem depends on you being passive. It depends on you clicking accept without reading. It depends on you grabbing the shiny object without checking for the hook. Mara sat at her kitchen table in October doing the forensic accounting. The $3,000 bonus from April. She'd been so careful with it, strategic, responsible. Free shipping purchases to hit thresholds, $680. Items she didn't need, didn't want, wouldn't use. BOGO deals on duplicate items, $410. Still in her closet with tags attached. Subscription trials she forgot to cancel, $147. Services she never used after the first week. Free mobile games with in-app purchases, $223. Gems and coins that gave her nothing real. Total wasted on free deals, $1,460. The mattress, she'd paid $1,440 over 20 months, felt responsible, felt strategic. Then the penalty, $1,080 in deferred interest for missing the deadline by 2 weeks. Total mattress cost, $2,880 for something with a cash price of $1,700. From her $3,000 bonus spent on free shipping scams, $1,460. Paid toward the mattress, $1,540. Total, $3,000. Gone. Current debt from mattress penalty, $1,340. She'd started with $3,000 and a plan to be financially smart. 6 months later, she had nothing in savings and over $1,300 in debt. Not because she was reckless, because she was strategic. She'd optimized for free. She'd won every battle and lost the war. The bottom line is this. In the modern economy, there's no such thing as a free lunch, and there's certainly no such thing as free money. Every time you encounter the word free, your alarm bells should activate. Free is a marketing cost. Someone is paying for it, and 99% of the time, that someone is you. Here's that. Either through inflated prices, future interest, harvested data, or unnecessary consumption. Free is a lie. Value is the truth. Seek value, not freebies. If this video made you realize you have a cart full of items you don't need just to save on shipping, empty that cart right now. Share this with someone who's addicted to BOGO sales. Let's stop letting marketing tactics dictate our spending. My name is Sterling, and I'll see you in the next one.